Hey everybody, how you doing today? Mr. Weldon TIG and Tricks here. Name's John. Today I'm going to be doing, well, let me just show you. I started out getting a whole bunch of wood, free pallets, stuff like that, used pallets and stuff like that. And I started building myself this frame here. And I'm just piecing it all together just so I can make a storage shed, because I'm just overwhelmed with all kinds of stuff in my storage shed from family members. So I need to place a different place to store some of it. So I decided I'm going to build this 8x10 shed with a sloped roof on the back side, so that nothing gets caught up in back behind the wall there. No water, no rain gets caught back there. So I'm gonna take the shed up, and then I'm gonna take the roof all the way back to the wall underneath the eave up there, so that when the rain comes, it'll be behind where the water will slope down this way. It'll run off this way down into the back of my yard. So today I've got a whole bunch of plywood, particle board, OSB, whatever you want to call it, that I got from a construction site for free, and I'm going to use that to finish this floor up, because I started using pallets over here, and I was no, that's going to take me too long. So I went and got some free OSB to put down on the floor, and then once I get that on there, I can start putting walls up. I can start building and putting walls up, that is. So I'm going to sit you guys down right here, and I'm going to go get some more of my stuff. Hitachi drills are pretty nice. If you're thinking about investing in a nice drill, these Hitachi drills are pretty nice. This is 18 bolt, 1.5 ampere hour. I bought this little saw from Harbor Freight Tools, general purpose carbide tip. It's called Tool Shop. Oh no, wait a minute. I bought this from Menards, Menards.com. I mean Menards, and it's laser sighted, which is nice. It comes in handy. Been nice if I could have gotten some more of that OSB board, but you know what, you take what you can get. But it's free. Okay, I'm bringing all this stuff down here. I'm probably gonna have to cut some of it. kind of sick for the last 4 days. 3 days. So now I'm feeling loads better. Probably gonna have to cut some of these down. Together. I'm gonna get a drink of some of that Dr. Pepper. Hopefully I can get this all on here. And if not, I'll go back to my other wood that I have from those pallets up there. I got a few pallets there waiting for myself. Feet up top. So gonna go and turn this over. about myself. No carpenter. I am absolutely no carpenter. Bloopers. You see it first. The reason why I'm going to cut this off because I don't want that little niche there. Do the same to that one, so I'll do that now. Actually, I don't need my tape measure right now. Got a kind of a safety hazard mess around here, but I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta get this stuff done. I ain't trying to hurt myself. So do me a favor, don't hurt yourself doing stuff. Stupid spring. Frame squares come in handy. I need to go get my, I got my circular saw. I need to go get myself 2 sawhorses. Actually, no, I don't. I got 2 pieces of 2x4 here. I could just lay it on top of it. Cut those. Yeah, I'll just do it there. So just put a 2x4 here. Put a 2x4 here. One of these cut off ones. And the nail's stuck up in it. That nail. You know one thing about nails, everybody? Sometimes they can be really stuck up. Stupid joke. Ignore that joke. I don't think it being stuck up is a good thing. I'm going to disconnect this extra outlet that I have here because I bought a 6-way outlet so that I can hook this extension cord to it. If I can get the thing in there, then I can run more cords off of it from over there at my outlet. I could even run another outlet into here, and then I could have 3 cords or 6 cords running off of here. Or I could just basically, if I wanted to, I could hook this. I could take this wire off here, cut it, snip it, make an electrical box. Come off that electrical box with a double. Well, I mean, with take that electrical box, put a single in there, and then come off of this, and then I have a 6-way plug. or I could do that with a 3-way and then make a 12 plug outlet just off of basic 120. Then I can run as many cords as I want if I wanted to do that. I'd rather have all power battery operated power tools, but hey, I don't encourage anybody to kill themselves just to make NiCad. So we can have those, so us modern people can have those conveniences while other people getting sick from making those things from going in the ground and mining and all that stuff. And by the way, I'd like to say one thing. If it was, that'd be cool, but this video is not brought to you by Dr. Pepper. And for the sake of argument, so nobody says, hey, you didn't put enough rafters and floor joists in there. I know. But I ain't planning on storing real heavy stuff in here. it's pretty solid right now as it is. I'm able to walk on it. here. So I've got a gap here where I gotta move this piece over. So I'm gonna cut. I put a mark right here, this line right here with the edges of my wood. I'm gonna mark over 4.5 inches. I'm gonna come back to this edge of my wood. I'm gonna come back to 4.5 inches. I'm gonna make a notch right there, all the way down. So off the edge of my wood, 4.5 inches. Okay. Take my framing square. My T square, framing square, whatever you want to call it. Sheetrock square. I'm going to draw that line right across there at the top. Come over here, draw another line right here, 4.5 inches across. And then swing over some more so I can get this square on here, this T square back on this straight edge of this piece of wood. Line it up with my line mark, draw that line, and then I'll cut out this notch right here. Y'all see what I did there? Hopefully you can make that notch out, that line there. And then that's the other line I'm cutting off. So, I'm going to make this on here. First, I'm going to cut the notch in first out, the notch out first. This blade down a little bit lower. Somehow I cut through that piece of wood. I don't know why I did that. Down here. There we go. And then that's what I end up with. Right there. And then I'll screw that in. charge my battery on that. I gotta charge my battery on that, everybody. In the meantime, I'm gonna get a drink of this because it's not sponsored by Dr. Pepper. About using screws is if I because this is going to stay like this, if I need to repair a floor, I can just take the screws out and just cut, and then if I need to put some floor joists in here, I can do that. Strengthen this up if I want to make this floor really solid. For right now, it's pretty good. Yeah, I probably might not have enough wood to get all the way across here, even though it was free. But hey, you know what? At least I've made it this far so far. And I've gotten a lot further than I have when I started out. I think I need to stiffen it up right there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a board right in here on this one. Because I don't like how this is actually going inward. Yuck. Excuse me, everybody. Toenail, I say toenail, but it's screwing it in there. Don't know these screws in there. That makes a whole lot of sense. Everywhere there's the same. I guess I could have put a piece of wood. I'm not gonna worry about it. The only heaviest thing I'm going to be putting in my shed is my run lawnmower. Guys, I want to tell you something. These nice machine screws, these nice sheet metal screws, they come in pretty handy, or wood too. I don't know what brand they are, but they come in pretty handy. I need to put a little brace on that side. I need to put a little kicker, leg kicker, right in here because this is bowing in a little bit. So I need to put that there. So what I'll do is I'll actually just pound this into the ground after I get a drink of this this thing here. That's not sponsored by Dr. Pepper. In my video, I mean. In my video, I mean, yeah. So, I think what I'll do is I will just cut this to where it's making like make it look like a spike, so I can hammer it into the ground. Okay, so I'll just put a nice 45 on there, a couple 45s, right there. Just hammer that into the ground right there. That's a piece of brake. Makes that nice and solid. For the most part. Couple more of these screws. Stick them in here in the back. 20 of them. There's that. I'm coming right along now. Then this free wood help. Okay. Next. Let's see if this is wide enough, which it is not. Maybe that one is. I'll have to see. Not. I want to get this piece of wood out from underneath here because I only used it up there. Okay, this wood not long enough either. Okay. Stuff my pencil in there. Cut this right there. Okay, I'm going to cut this now. I'm going to cut that out. Cut that line out. No. No. Not gonna let you back in. Lena, Lena, Lena. Hey, there's my, I knew it dropped. There's my other pencil. I go about putting the walls up, I'm going to do my studs every 32 inches just to get the frame up. And then later on, if I want to, I can go inside the shed and put more studs in at 16 if I so choose, to make it a little bit more stronger. The shed a little bit more stronger for the weight of snow and stuff. Pretty much the weight of snow on the roof. This is coming right along. Like it is. Still not long enough. Okay, that's long enough for right there to fill in this gap, but I'm just gonna hold off on that for now. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to place all these pieces of wood at. I'm getting down to the nitty and the gritty. Pellinor! Pel! I told you this is my territory. You be quiet. Be good. Be a good boy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this out. Huh?
What you build?
The shed. Storage shed.
Shed?
Yeah. I'm tired of having all my garage taken up by other people's stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, family member stuff, so I'm gonna put some of the tools in here and have it for my if we need to do anything in the yard, we have that in the yard.
Yeah.
And then I have more room in my garage. And get a little bit of their dumb stuff out. Are you having a nice stay at your bed and breakfast?
Yeah.
Right on. Where are you from?
Arkansas.
Arkansas? What you doing down here in this neck of the woods?
Well, I'm moving up here.
Shush! What?
I'm moving up here.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Where are you gonna move
Got
to?
me a job today.
Do what?
I just got a job today.
Oh yeah, where's that?
It's in Topeka.
In Topeka?
Yeah.
Doing what?
Warehouse.
Warehouse?
Yeah.
Forklift driver? Or what?
I think I'm just moving stuff all day.
Oh, really? Fun stuff. I hope it goes well for you.
Yeah.
Where was you working at before?
I was a truck driver.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right on. Did you like doing that was that all right for you?
Hell
Good answer.
Yeah, they never would let me go home.
I'm telling you, that's what the truck driver's life is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it
I
is.
just had a son, so I was like, well, I want to be around him. You know.
That's noble. That's very noble of you. And that's the right thing to do as a parent. Be able to have some quality life with him.
Yeah.
Instead
it's
of
a lot
being
cheaper up here too. Everything's super cheap, man.
right.
Good
I mean,
rate.
it's not too bad in Arkansas, is it?
Yeah, it's not bad over there. I've just been there my whole life.
Right. And you need a change of pace
Yeah.
as well. So I understand that. So you're married or got a wife?
Yeah, we're about to get married.
Oh, right on. So she's moving up here too?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all are?
Yeah.
Cool beans. So what's the company you're working for going to be?
I don't know what it's called because I'm going through a staffing place for the first 3 months, and then they hire me on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right on. That's cool. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully that'll work out for you real well.
Yeah, I like it up here, man.
Yes, it's nice. It's calm. Topeka's kind of interesting. I lived there for over 20 years before I moved here.
You live where? 20 years?
I lived up in Topeka,
Oh, okay.
yeah, for quite a long time before I moved here, and it's a nice town.
So what do you do?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, for about 20 years I was a welder. And then I got let go from my last job last year. And I said, you know what, I've had enough of all these layoffs. I'm just going to do my own thing from now on. So I started my own business doing handyman work.
Being a carpenter?
Everything, electrical, carpentry, plumbing, you name it. Whatever somebody needs me to do, I'm going to do it.
How do you know all that stuff?
I've taught myself a lot of that stuff, self-taught, and watch a lot. I've watched for 20 years. I've watched a lot of construction TV shows, so that comes in handy. Plus, I've studied up on electrical and all kinds of other stuff. And being that I've done welding for 20 years, plumbing goes hand in hand with that, because there's certain things you gotta, like copper tubing, you gotta solder it together, and that's a form of weld. And even air conditioning, those lines on the back there, those are silver soldered. And then a lot of stuff that I've just taught myself a lot. It's the best way to do it.
Cool, man.
Do what?
That's cool, man, to work for yourself.
Yeah. It comes in. It's nice. Then you don't have to deal with everybody's stressing you out
Yeah.
about get to work on time. We have all kinds of overtime. We want you here. We want you here. We want you here. I don't have to stress out about that no more. I say, hey, you know what? This is my life. It's not yours.
Yeah.
I have to make my choices. You make your own choices. You want to work your life away, you go ahead. I don't want to. I want to work. But I don't want to work my life away and not have any time for my family and friends.
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
That's why I'm learning programming right now, so I can get into that for myself.
Oh yeah, what kind of programming?
I don't know. I'm just getting into it.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, right now I'm just on the HTML.
The HTML?
Yeah, that's all I'm on right now.
Right on.
Just starting out on.
Right. So you're trying to get into like computer programming
Yeah,
or engineering?
like software engineering.
Software engineering? There you go. Yeah, that's a good line of work to get into, because we're always needing new software everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, to help people.
Yeah, it seems pretty simple. I mean, well, it's not simple, but it's a lot easier than I thought it would be. It's just time consuming, you know?
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, it's like you use parentheses and shit. Like, it's a different language.
I was just joking. I like to be humorous sometimes, so I'll just say, you think so?
I mean, I don't really know. I just got into it.
I was going to say I agree with you. I was years ago. I worked for a race car welding shop. I had a chance to work on race cars, and we had a computer program there called AutoCAD. You've heard of it?
No,
Never heard of AutoCAD?
never heard.
Well, it's an engineering program, and what it does is it simulates a flat object. You can take a flat object and turn it into a three-dimensional image.
Damn.
It's pretty slick, yeah. And you compute all these variables into it, and after you get done computing all those variables into it, it'll change that. It change that variable into a three-dimensional object that you programmed yourself. It's nice, like just for the just for the CD alone and the AutoCAD program, it's like over $1,000 just to get it. I mean, and for $1,000, it's worth it if you want to become an engineer or a CD programmer. I mean, a three-dimensional programmer. Basically a what are they called? Draftsmen. Draftsmen use it a lot. The AutoCAD stuff like that.
Yeah, the reason I started getting into it is because, you know, truck driving nowadays.
A lot of
not only do they
computer
have
stuff.
trucks that can drive themselves, like that's already going on.
Yeah.
But in the trucks that are being driven, they're already being mitigated by, you know, the computer.
Uh huh.
Like it'll stop when you're cruising, and there's something in front of you. It'll stop on its own.
Right.
All kinds of little things.
And which is a cool safety, because there's a lot of, I hate to say it, there's a lot of truck drivers out there driving on these roads that aren't staying awake and getting into some big crashes because of it.
Yeah, and there's such a shortage all the time that, you know, companies they're wanting some robots driving them trucks, you know. And then you go to McDonald's or whatever, and they got the kiosk set up, so you can see already that these robots are coming in. You know, I'm not sure what's gonna happen to the lower class people, you know, like myself.
Well, you got to think of this. You know, what you said is true, but here's the other thing. Robots are computed are built by who?
Yeah, that's why I want to be on the programming end of it.
But I'm saying
All of
robots
it happens.
robots are built by humans.
Yeah.
They're the ones programming the robots. Do robots have perfect records?
No.
And so therefore, no matter how much we compute, we try to program a robot to do something we want it to do, along the line it's going to have a hiccup, because it's designed by an imperfect human being who doesn't know how to program it specifically to where it never messes up. So they're still taking risks
Yeah.
either way. So the risk is program these trucks to drive themselves and take a risk on them having a hiccup and still causing harm, or push people to drive longer than they should because you're at a shortage. Push them to drive longer so they have a hiccup and they harm somebody.
Yeah.
You know, and
You ain't gotta pay a robot a damn thing.
yeah, you don't. But
They don't have to sleep or take holidays or nothing.
But when you give me a second. Hey y'all, I'm gonna end this video.